Hello, everybody. In this video, I'm going to walk you through our course syllabus for English 1105 College Writing 1 for the spring 2022 semester. All right, so before I kind of jump in, I want to talk a little bit about what a syllabus is. Basically, it is a contract between me and you that says, here is what this course is about. Here are our major assignments. Here's our class policies. Here is how your grade is going to be broken down. And anything that is changed to the syllabus should be discussed between us before anything occurs. Okay, and a lot of times you might hear professors say like, look in your syllabus, it's in the syllabus. So basically, we try to give you a lot of information there. So a lot of times if you have a question that might be about the general aspects of the course, the syllabus is a good place to look. So without further ado, let's jump into ours. So first of all, let me introduce you to myself. My name is Charlotte Moore. You can feel free to call me Charlotte. You can also call me Professor Moore or Instructor Moore or Mrs. Moore. Really, the only thing you should not call me is Dr. Moore because I do not have a doctoral degree yet. If you ever need to contact me, you can reach out at c.moore@northeastern.edu. Land acknowledgements aren't perfect. There's a lot more the university and the United States could be doing to provide and give back to Native communities that have been injured by colonialism. But as a small token, we like to give a land acknowledgement. The faculty of Northeastern University acknowledge the territory on which Northeastern University stands, which is the land of the Wampanoag, Micmac, and Massachusetts people. While visiting campus, please honor the continued efforts of the Native and Indigenous community leaders who work to preserve the history and culture of the tribes which make up Eastern Massachusetts and the surrounding region. Today, Boston is still home to many Indigenous peoples, including the Mashpee, Wampanoag, and Wampanoag tribe of Gay Head Aquina, the Micmac, and many more in our region. For more information, please visit the North American Indian Center of Boston. And for more information on resources and services provided by the Commission on Indian Affairs of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, please visit the Commission on Indian Affairs. All right, so what is this course specifically about? This course offers students an opportunity to develop written communication skills and basic research techniques in preparation for English language college writing in their majors. The course incorporates reading, research, and critical thinking in the development of expository writing, the kind of objective, audience-directed prose used in college and the workplace to explain and defend ideas. Emphasis is placed on planning, drafting, revising, and correct citation in essays, along with the development of focus, organization, and paragraph and sentence structure. Opportunities for in-class assignments and peer review activities are offered in addition to extended essays developed outside of class. You must earn a C or higher to receive academic credit. Now, we have 5 basic course learning outcomes. One is to create 4 essays, which are the remembered event essay, the profile essay, the problem solution essay, and evaluation essay, each constructed around a specific purpose, audience, and subject. You will also compose multiple drafts of each essay, revising for focus, development, and organization, as well as edit for grammar, punctuation, and clarity of delivery. You will analyze, synthesize, and evaluate main ideas, supporting evidence and conclusions in written endeavors and class discussions. You will locate, evaluate, and integrate information purposefully from electronic and print sources and document using APA style. Lastly, you will apply collaborative revision and editing skills through active participation in peer review, group work, and online writing lab activities. Now, we want to think a little bit about what writing even is and what writing can do. Writing is a way for us to figure out something for ourselves, a way to connect us to our world, a way to help us learn who we are and who we will become, and a way for us to use our power to make changes and build a better world. When we write, we can learn how to change our writing for genre, audience, and purpose. We can collaborate with a group of writers who help and support each other. We can support the way writers work, for example, through thinking, sketching, and talking. And we can create a safe space to be ourselves and try new things. You are going to spend a lot of time working on this course. So if you have a very full schedule and you don't know if you'll be able to do all the work, I recommend maybe withdrawing from this course I recommend maybe withdrawing from this course and trying again another semester. You should plan to spend 7 hours per week in this course, plus 3 hours per week for the OWL, our online writing lab, which is English 1106, which you have to take in combination with this course. Each week, I will expect you to review the week's learning objectives, complete all assigned readings and media viewings, complete all lecture materials, participate earnestly in the discussion board, submit each assignment and essay by the due date, and study and review course content. To achieve and demonstrate the learning objectives, you should read actively and demonstrate understanding and analysis of readings in class and in written assignments. You should develop ideas thoroughly in class and in writing by providing claims with specific relevant evidence, demonstrating critical thinking skills, and employing effective writing strategies and appeals. You should compose multiple drafts of each written assignment, revising for focus, development, and organization, and then editing for grammar, punctuation, and clarity of delivery. Lastly, you should develop a series of written response essays throughout the term and a critical analysis essay at the end of the term, each constructed around a specific purpose, audience, and subject, and revised to demonstrate skills of good writing. To succeed in this class, you'll need a few things. First is technical. You need to have adequate access to the internet and Canvas. As this is an online course, there isn't any other way for you to get the course material, and therefore you will need regular access to the internet. Additionally, you will need the course text, which is the St. Martin's Guide to Writing. This is a new edition that was published this past 6 months, the 13th edition, and it does have some new material, but if you already have the 12th edition, you should get by just fine. Lastly, you need to pay tuition. Tuition is $1,623 or $108 per week for this class only, not including 1106 or any of your other classes. So if you're thinking, I don't really want to do this work this week, I don't want to put my full energy in, I also want you to think about what else you might do with $108 in your pocket. That might be wasted if you do not put your energy into this course. In this class, we will have a number of projects and a number of categories for which you will be graded. You have participation, which is your weekly assignments that will help build up to the major assignments. And then the remembered event essay, profile essay, APA annotated bibliography, problem solution essay, evaluation essay, and course reflection. The major essays build upon one another. So in the remembered event essay, you're going to be drawing from your own memory to form a conclusion. And then in the profile essay, you're going to take your own experience, but looking out into the world. So using observations and interviews to form a conclusion. So you're going from what's already in your head to what you observe. And then in the problem solution essay, you're going to draw from many others' research. So this is more of a traditional research essay where you're going to be reading articles and then coming to a conclusion based off those. And then finally, in the evaluation essay, you are going to draw from a single text to draw a conclusion. And I will provide a number of short stories for you to read and evaluate. All of your major essays and the participation are each worth 18% of your grade. So those grade percentages are scattered throughout the semester. Also, your APA annotated bibliography and course reflection will both be worth 5% of your final grade. Here, you'll find the breakdown of when all of your rough drafts and final drafts and optional revised drafts for your assignments are due. If you take a note, this is basically every single week of the semester with just a few weeks off. So this is to remind you that this is a fast-paced course where you will be doing a lot of writing, a lot of thinking, and a lot of reading. So again, if you do not have time to devote to this class, I recommend withdrawing and taking it again another semester. In order to manage your time in an online class, I highly recommend creating a weekly schedule. In this class, you're going to have assignments due Wednesdays, Fridays, and Sundays. So every week you'll have a discussion response due on Wednesday. This is your first response to the discussion, and then a secondary response due by Friday. The second response will be reading and responding to your peers' responses. Your weekly assignments will also be due on Fridays. Please note that I set my assignment deadlines for 10 p.m. Eastern time. This is so that you give yourselves time in the evening to hopefully go to bed at a reasonable time. If you're up past 10 p.m., I don't want it to be for my course. The same goes for weekends. I make my weekly assignments due on Friday evenings so that you have time on your weekend to do whatever you would like, whether that's to rest and rejuvenate or prepare yourself for the following week. Peer review weeks will look a little bit different. Again, you'll have your discussion posts due on Wednesday evening, and then you will have your essay due on Sunday. In this course, it's absolutely mandatory to follow the golden rule, which is to treat each other as you would want to be treated. So you need to be showing respect regardless of people's gender, sexuality, race, ethnicity, culture, national origin, citizenship, religion, socioeconomic background, physical or mental ability, veteran status, or anything else. If you ever see something in this class that you think is objectionable, please contact me immediately and I will do what I can to eradicate the issue. Regarding coursework, I will absolutely accept late work. However, I think it's important to have work done by a specific deadline, partially so that all the work is coming in at one time so that I have the mindset to grade and respond to it. But also just thinking about in your future workplace where you will be expected to have something due by a certain date. So for example, if you're working with a client and you have to have a proposal due by Monday, but then you submit it on Wednesday, that client probably won't be happy with you. They will think poorly of your company. So with that in mind, I do accept late work, but there will be a small penalty for it. So if we're thinking about minor assignments or weekly assignments, those will be accepted until the end of the unit. So for example, if it's something building up to the first essay, you will be able to submit it until the essay itself is due. Why have it like that? Well, it doesn't make any sense to be working on something from the first essay when we're about to submit the third essay. It's not going to help your learning process. Also, major assignments will lose 5 points for each day they are late, including weekends. Please note, however, that this does not account for major life shifts or anything that is extenuating circumstance. I understand that big things happen and I understand that life gets in the way and we cannot always prioritize schoolwork. So if there's anything that comes up that is going to stop you from being able to complete your schoolwork on time, please contact me immediately and I will figure out a way to work with you. If you have a disability of any kind, including learning disability or physical disability or mental health disability, please contact the Disability Resource Center. They do an excellent job working with students with disabilities, including ADHD, autism spectrum disorders, chronic conditions, hearing and vision impairments, learning disabilities, mobility impairments, psychiatric disorders, traumatic brain injury, and so much more. Personally, I have worked with the Disability Resource Center myself because I have lived with serious illnesses as well as an autoimmune disease and ADHD. And the Disability Resource Center has been amazing and really helped me to feel comfortable knowing that I have fallbacks, that if I'm struggling with something, I have accommodations in place to help me with those issues. However, if you do not have an accommodation through the Disability Resource Center, but you have a disability or other issue that may impact your ability to succeed in this class, please contact me as soon as possible. I know it's not always comfortable talking to the Disability Resource Center, or they might not give you the accommodations that you need, or you might not be able to talk to them. Please contact me and we'll see what we can do, okay? I promise I want you to do the best you can in this class, regardless of your life circumstance. Now let's think about some university resources. So a major important thing at the university is the library. As this says, it is the hub of campus intellectual life. So we will not be able to visit the library physically this semester, but we will be interacting with it digitally, which is awesome. They have tons and tons and tons of academic resources, some of which are listed on this page. Later on in the semester, we will talk about how to use the library and some of the awesome features that they have. So I won't dive too much into it right now. Next is the peer tutoring program. The peer tutoring program is absolutely free to you. Actually, you have already paid for it. So this is one of those things that sort of like this class, if you are not putting in your time and energy to, do this class the way that you might, then you are basically throwing away $100. This is very similar. Your fees and tuition go into paying for tutors in the peer tutoring program so that it is completely free to you. They can tutor classes that they have taken in the past and gotten an A or an A minus, as well as graduate students and all sorts of other people. So if you need assistance in this class or any other class, and you don't feel comfortable reaching out to the instructor or the instructor isn't all that helpful, reach out to peer tutoring. Similarly, this is specifically related to writing, but you should absolutely visit the Writing Center. The Writing Center isn't necessarily just for people who are struggling in classes, which I guess is true of the peer tutoring as well, but the Writing Center is really for everybody. I was kind of stuck up about the Writing Center when I was an undergrad, and I only started using it when I was in my master's program, which was a program in creative writing. I have done a lot of work in writing, and I absolutely love using the Writing Center. It gives me an idea of what other people are thinking of my writing, and instead of something that is completely 100% in my head, where I think everything makes sense, and then somebody else looks at it and goes, this is a little confusing. Maybe you could organize it this way. Maybe you could expand on that idea a little bit. Again, this is a free to you resource based on your fees and tuition. When I provided these services of charge, I was charging about $30 an hour. So basically you are getting a service that is $30+ an hour for free to you. And you can visit the Writing Center at any time in your writing process. So you can go right when you've been assigned an essay and you're like, I don't know what to do. Can you help me get started? Maybe brainstorming and talking through like what are possible ideas. Or you've written a first draft or a second draft, or you're not sure about citations or anything. If it's related to writing, go to the Writing Center. I highly recommend it. And of course, because this is an online course, you might end up needing technological help. So we have IT department here at Northeastern, both for Canvas and any other sort of technical issue. So you can call them at 1-833-450-3937. There are also chat bots or chat people directly in Canvas and on other pages that you can talk to if you're like me and hate talking to people on the phone. So I know that was a lot. So thank you for listening. I know this was a long video, but if you made it this far, message me with your favorite beverage and I will give you 5 extra credit points for being so amazingly awesome. And if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, message me and I will try to answer you and get back to you as soon as possible. As soon as quickly isn't a thing. Okay, bye. I look forward to getting to know you more over this semester.